Today we are going to learn how to prepare interactive grammar exercises using the PowerPoint. Interactive grammar exercises help the students learn the grammar patterns, grammatical sentence patterns, and internalize the rules in a fun way. Giving them the rules and regulations of grammar do not help them much in actually learning to use the grammar item. So I am going to show you how to prepare such exercises using the PowerPoint. We are going to use the action buttons and action settings that are under the slideshow menu. If you look at the top menus, File, Edit, View, Insert, Format, Tools, Slideshow. Under Slideshow, you have got action buttons, and these are some of the action buttons that are available. Action settings, animation schemes, custom animation, slides transition. You can use all this to make your PowerPoint presentations interesting and keep the students' attention engaged on what you are presenting. The slide transition is for the movement between one slide and another slide. You can set custom animation for individual items on your slide, either the sentences or the pictures, and you can set animation schemes for your images, and you can use action buttons and action settings for individual pictures. What we are going to do today is to start with simple things like teaching the singular plural. Here what I have done is to insert an image and put in some sentences. The students are supposed to just read the sentences. How do I insert the image? At the bottom here you can see Draw, Auto Shapes, the lines and squares and all the shapes that you can have. This is the clip art one where you can insert clip art. If you click on that, you will get the clip art that are stored in this PowerPoint, Microsoft this thing. Then insert picture, I can select from my desktop. So I download the relevant pictures from free image sites and insert them here. And these are the text and other formattings. So in the next slide, I give them a table with pictures. What they are trying to I'm going to ask them to do is to select the sentences that are grammatically correct and also match with the pictures. So if they say this are carrots, it will be wrong. If they say this is a carrot, that will be right, but it does not match the picture, so it will be wrong again. So they have to choose sentences that match the pictures. By doing this, I am making the activity meaningful, not only just form-based test, but it's a meaning-based test. And in the next slide, what I do is to give them the answers. So when they click the mouse, they will go to the next slide and they will be able to get the answers. Here I have selected the sentences. I have removed all the sentences that are not necessary for them, that do not have the pictures, and I have selected only those sentences that match the pictures, and I have put in some arrow marks here, and they will appear one after the other through custom animation. I have set under the slideshow menu, I have this custom animation. I have set it in such a way that these sentences appear one after the other along with the picture for the students to see. In the next one, I am using animated clip arts. Such clip arts are available on the internet, and in factory.com has many free clip arts. You can find unusual clip arts too, like this one, the tree eating its own mango. You will see the animation when we go to the slideshow. You will not see it here, but when we go to the slideshow, you will be able to see the animation. I have also prepared some exercise where the students have to select the words from here and then they have to make a sentence, and I have a picture here that goes with the sentence. So they will be able to make the sentence. Click here for this button. I have got the button from this action button. Under the slideshow menu I told you, you have the action button. So I have inserted this button and I have set the action settings. That is, I select this picture and go to slideshow and set the action settings to go to the relevant slide. That is, the next slide has the answers to the question. And I have also got matching exercise. So when they click the mouse, these arrows will appear. How do I set that? Through custom animation. I can also set action settings for these pictures. I love gems, I am eating gems. Suppose they click on this, they will go to one slide. Suppose they click on this, they will go to another slide. So I set it by just selecting the picture, going to action settings here, and under action settings hyperlink to, and I have hyperlink to slide number 16. So what I do is to select here, go to slide, and all the slides will be listed here, and then I go and choose slide number 16 and click OK. Now it is linked to slide number 16 and I click OK here, and this slide goes to another slide. So I go to slideshow again, action settings, and you can see it is linked to slide number 18. So one is the right answer, another is the wrong answer, and I have linked them to the correct slide. So I have got the slides here. So this is slide number 14 now, we are in slide number 14, and this is slide number 15 where I am asking them to click on the correct picture, and this is slide number 16 where I am giving them this is the wrong answer. Look at the pictures and read the sentences. I have explained the pictures here and I have asked them to click again, and now it goes to slide number 17. Again they have to do the exercise, click at the correct picture, click on the correct picture, then they get to slide number 18. So suppose some child gets the right answer here, the first time I give them the exercise, they will directly go to slide number 18 and get the answer. You have clicked on the right picture. So one picture is linked to the wrong answer slide, one picture is linked to the right answer slide through action settings. So let us watch this PowerPoint. There are more exercises here about matching and other things, but we will watch this in slideshow mode to understand how the things appear in this thing. So here I have got animation settings for this, and these are animated clip arts that I have selected. Two clip arts are put together to get this picture, and this is our first slide. And I want to give them practice in singular plural. So I have got these sentences. This is an apple, these are apples. They are just reading and answering. And here they have to make sentences for the given pictures. They cannot just make any sentence and then say this is a banana. That will not be correct according to the pictures. So because we have a bunch of bananas, so they have to say these are bananas. After they work out the answer, they will click the mouse and get the answers in the next slide. The answers appear like this, one after the other. So for all this we have set custom animation, that the sentence, this should appear first, the arrow should appear next, the picture should appear, and so on. For present continuous, we have got these animated pictures. You are not able to see the action when we are not in the slideshow mode. Now you can see the action. So we can use such pictures for the present continuous. It's always good to use unusual pictures because that interests the students and their attention is engaged in the activity. I'm asking them to choose between the two sentences. The sentences are almost similar, only the word order is different. And in many Indian languages, the word order doesn't make any, it doesn't matter if they change the word order because we have inflection at the end of the word. But in English, the word order is very important, and because we are teaching them that. So they have to choose the correct answer and then click the mouse to find out whether the answer is correct or wrong. The meaning here is almost similar. Somebody is running away from someone, so who is running away from who? They have to think about the answer, they have to make a sentence and then click on the action button to go to this slide. Here again I am not giving them the direct answer. I am again asking them, did you get this or did you get this? So both the sentences are grammatically correct, only one sentence is meaningfully correct. So they will think about this and then get the correct answer. Immediate feedback they get through PowerPoint. Here this is the matching exercise. You saw all the arrows put in there, but the arrows will appear only when I click the mouse. When I click the mouse, the arrows appear, the students think of the answer and then click the mouse and get the arrows. Suppose a teacher is using it in the class, she will get the answer from the students and then click the mouse and show them the correct answer. The students can use this individually and learn on their own too without the teacher. So I love gems, I am eating gems, and I think as a student this is the correct picture. But it says you have got it wrong. Look at the pictures and read the sentences. I've eaten all the gems, I'm eating the gems. So read this now and then go to the next one again. I love gems, I'm eating gems. Now as a student I click on this picture and say yes, you have clicked on the right picture. I get the feedback and I learn it further by reading this. I can also have matching activities of this type where the sentences are matched with pictures. So in the next slide all the three sentences are matched. I can take it one step higher and make them think of the words they have to fill in. So here they have to actually supply the words. In the earlier one they have to recognize, here they have to supply the words. So they have to say, when you click the mouse you will get, he is eating his lunch, he has eaten his lunch, he has finished eating his lunch, he is washing his hands. For prepositional phrases, for example, I have this principal passed away, principal passed by, and I want them to match the sentences, and the explanation is also given in a bubble here, so the students will be able to understand it easily. For infinitive gerund, I have got the explanation here. I have been driving all day, I must stop and buy a cigarette. He has given up the habit of smoking after his doctor advised him to do so. Now I got two sentences. Through custom animation I made it appear after they read these sentences and click the mouse. Now this is the gerund form and this is the infinitive form. They have to match it with the pictures. The sentences are similar, they look similar, so that the students have to think about the meaning that is conveyed through the sentence. Now the answer is given this way, 1B and 2A. The answer appears when the mouse is clicked. Or I can convert the same exercise into action button. Just click on the correct picture. I can do it this way also. Suppose he stopped smoking. Suppose I click this picture. The feedback is he did not stop the car, driving the car to begin smoking, he stopped smoking. Click again on the right picture. So they will have to read this again. Which one says he did not stop driving the car to begin smoking, but he actually gave up the habit of smoking. Then they will get this feedback, read this again and then click on the correct picture. And then they will be appreciated. As a teacher appreciates them in the class, the computer, the PowerPoint will appreciate them immediately. So whatever the computer is playing the teacher's role here, whatever we expect the teacher to do, the computer is doing it here. So such exercise you can easily prepare using PowerPoint, using hot potatoes. You can prepare interactive quizzes. You will find some sample quizzes here, and there are more PPTs available at askrangu.com which you can watch.